Hi, my name is Nicholas Romo. I'm a real estate broker for Realty Connection Group out of Downey, California. Today's date is 12/13/2021, and the purpose of this video is to go over the MLS Connect feature of Zipforms. MLS Connect is used to import all of the information from the listing site on the MLS on over to the residential purchase agreement in Zipforms. Information such as the listing agent's name, the office address, telephone number, email address, property address, APN, all of the important information that is needed to fill out the residential purchase agreement. A lot of agents complete the residential purchase agreement and they leave the section for the listing side, contact information and all that, blank. So a lot of times they just put the name and the DRE number and they leave everything else blank. So as a listing agent, when you receive a buyer's offer and your information, your contact information, address is all, and all of that is blank, it's not filled out, it's very annoying because for those of us that don't use Adobe PDF Professional, and we cannot fill out the form on our phone or on a computer, these agents that don't use Adobe PDF have to print the form, fill it out by hand, and then scan it and then resend it to the buyer's agent. So it takes away from our time. It can be time consuming depending, and it's just not necessary. Especially with MLS Connect, we have the ability the tools actually to be able to complete the form in an instant without having to type anything ourselves. So that as buyer's agents helps us save time, and it also helps us prevent making a mistake on when we type in the information such as the APN or any other information that's on the MLS that's necessary for the RPA. So let's get into it. I'm here in Zipforms. I'm gonna click on new. I'm gonna prepare an offer for a buyer. I always name my files the numbers of the street address and the street name. And then what I do is I put buyer Romo offer. It's a residential deal. It's inactive because it hasn't been accepted. I have a lot of templates that I use to make my life easier, and so that I don't have to complete the information every time I fill out a form. I already have pre-filled out sections and check marks in the appropriate boxes, and then I just go in there and edit information that I need to edit, add, or take away, and I'm done pretty quickly filling out an offer, as opposed to some agents who still operate from scratch. They complete the whole entire form from scratch, and that's why we receive, as listing agents, we receive a lot of RPAs that are incomplete. Boxes are left unchecked, and information is not completed, and it just makes us as buyer's agents look very unprofessional and lazy. So MLS Connect is going to help you save time and help you prevent making a mistake. So here we have MLS Connect on the top right corner. I'm going to click on MLS Connect. You're going to leave these boxes as they are. All you're going to do is in the MLS listing ID number, you're going to type in the MLS listing ID number. You're going to go ahead and click on find. I was going to populate the information from this listing. Here we are. Correct. That's the information I'm looking for. Use the listing. There we go. 12866 Portola. Save. And in this page, you can actually start filling out the information on the offer, like the purchase price. Say I want to go 600,000. You can start filling it out here. Initial deposit 5,000, or you can do what I do. I just go to Documents. Here are all the folders that were imported from the template. Have all my disclosures, the purchase agreement folder, addendums, counteroffers. Everything's here. Here we have the residential purchase agreement. And as you'll see, all of the information is already filled out. You see Realty Connection Group is completed for the listing side. Here we are, seller's brokerage firm, Realty Connection Group. I didn't have to type it in. The address is included already. I didn't have to type it in. All of the information here is completed as it's supposed to. The correct boxes are checked off. A lot of agents never check off these boxes. So with the new RPA, it's going to be easier to fill out the form. They've actually made it easier to fill out these forms. Some boxes you don't got to check off anymore. Um, but anyway, so here we are. $5,000 was imported. The 600,000 was imported. Everything looks good here. I still got to, of course, put in the first loan amount. If it's going to be like an FHA or 5% down, I have to put the first loan amount here. And then get rid of this if I want to get rid of it or edit it. I'm going to leave it as such for now. And then any other changes I need to make to the form, I just got to make sure I go through it and make sure that everything looks like it's supposed to for this particular buyer. And then down at the bottom on page 10, which is now going to be page 16 as of tomorrow, 12/14. If you see all the listing information here is completed. I don't have to do anything. The only thing that didn't transport for some reason is the phone number. I don't know why that happened, but at least it's only this that I got to fill out. It's not the whole form or all of the information, all of the section. So here we are. That's complete. I want to go back up to the first page, page 1, and I want to just touch on date prepared on the top left corner. This date is used for the purposes of simply giving the contract a title. So when you say, I'm going to complete this whole offer today, today's the 13th, and then I complete the whole form, I submit it to the buyers. There's two buyers. One buyer signs today, the other buyer signs tomorrow. One seller signs tomorrow, and then the next one signs on the 15th, right? So the date of acceptance really is the last date, the last seller that signed on the 15th. That is the acceptance date. The last person to sign falls on December 15th. So say they accept the offer, everything goes good, no problem, no counter offers, and then for some reason there's an addendum that needs to be completed. A couple of days into the transaction, for some reason we have to complete an addendum. So what happens in this case is, let me go back. I'm going to go back to my addendum folder. Here we are, the addendum. So addendum number 1, me as the buyer's agent, I have to complete an addendum for my buyer. And here you're going to say, let me see, the following terms and conditions are hereby incorporated and made part of the purchase agreement dated 12/13, not 12/15. Remember I said a few days later, say the offer was filled out, the RPA was filled out on the 13th, submitted on the 13th, you prepared it on the 13th, it was accepted on the 15th, and then a few days later, you decide, for some reason, there's an addendum that needed to be completed. So you opened up your Zipforms, you started to complete the addendum, and it says here, purchase agreement dated December 13th. It's not going to be December 15, 16, 17. It's going to be, let me go back to the RPA, scroll down to the date. Here we are, 12/13. I think that covers everything. Any questions, feel free to comment on the video and or send me a text or give me a call. Thank you.